Today is Sunday in the Buenos Aires city. This is at the local hour 16:13, no sorry, 16:20, that I am coming to make this video. Right here in Buenos Aires. I'm just at the day trying to make some better, if there is a possibility for it. You know, I am doing what normally I do, and I enjoy that I can give all I do give, which it is not stolen to no one, and that is not taken from no one, which also pretends that I can set also evidences here for you to know and for you to see. I don't need to be a fraud, I don't need to be a liar, I don't need to live like a criminal, and I don't need to be what I am not. I am at the haze of the abominations all around, everyday suffering and stench of rottenest, sickest ever, walking all around with friends injected of abomination's eyes, watching all through us again to try to rip out what they, the liars, gotta be they or them. Argentina were the scenery of genocides in the whole of the world, and Argentina were a field of abominables and cradle of hell. But also Argentina has been called for the birth of what I loved and wanted, which I loved too much and still do, that has been birthed in this land. And the same, the name of mine. Argentina has become cradle of hell, an abomination since the damn foundations until today that everything came to be known and taken off of the ground to be examined and understood the roots, which abominables we see today the foundations are. I keep under the same damages, and I keep under the same kidnap, and obsessively, obstinately, brazenly, the generation Argentina keeps on saying that they gotta be right because of their big government. With the damn disgusting brothels, pretender of gods, with the burden of victim salad, which still delivers the same disgusting lies and abominable making as witches, telling that God gave them the right to take him from me and from others whatever they wanted. And they're to saying about the whole of the arguments and excuses for the abominables as they are, they to be justified for the making whatever they want, while they produce what they need in arguments at forced ways for I to go through, and not only myself. Then the reality of this day is exactly like always were, still on the same and still in the same place, under the menace, under the premeditating, organizing, accomplishment. I'm sorry for the switch out of the meaning that I pretend to give. Complicity of accomplices all around, every day, of whoever coins for lives opportunistically damn disgusting cradle of hell says that can take. Already is dead, so let me my share having. You know, I have lost in this land. I couldn't go further but Montevideo for twice, seeking for embrace some future and saying, step forwarding, maybe a bridge, maybe a road in the middle of some other step forwarding I may can get where I belong with. 24 hours each, one year after another, seeking for some residence ways perhaps I will ever be in benefit possibility. And for another year asking for an asylum, which what a talk. What is of this? May a groping hand to be the test of they has rights. And I love a lot of people that were murdered even there because of know me and know who I am. You know, in the middle of this reality, I just went through so much, and I just went through realities that I never imagined. I just embraced so much days and nights over pain and sorrow and desperation, pretending to reach out to some star, which were not exactly eulogically or a dream, for a fantasy or a long for whatever desperately, whatever to be like this, just to trying to take at Machiavelli's corrupter credo for whatever there to be my conception or conceptualizing whatever this will be my reality. Though they says I have my creatory and the creatory of I don't know whom or I don't know what. In the middle of this all, I just walked through so much and I just said much more. And I had too much destruction, which still I carry, for hell, pretended of justified and rights of, which this all are, with the burden of victims and afforded too much. In the reality of these days, this damn city has been witness of the most of the abominablest walking, and neighbors were silenced and murdered for the reason of they know truth. The right clear fact of the moons and suns above this damn skies of this damn place. And I'm not talking about the apartment. I'm talking about the disgusting abominable stairs. What exactly the most of the ever never wanted to see around and never existing within, less relected. And the simplicity of these days is exactly what I never wanted to be around. I'm gonna set you something for you to understand what I'm going through at this supposedly forged video, but more people to be reelected on me to kidnap and rape and murder, saying that they will do, and I will ever doing what I will not allow, but about the disgusting ones that pretends to be sons and daughters of God, saying they commence now here and then everywhere, and they are gonna be at the ringing of the Christ. The heads, brains, carnivals, crudos, cabreras, and agondias. With so much victims within and out of it. Then at the clear fact of this days, I just to say the real. That I supposedly stolen everything and my family stolen it all with forgery conscience. There is forgery and liars consciously. There are lies and liars. Every one of them. For the saying that they cannot take and I cannot have into batu. They are not allowing me to possess nothing, for I to become saying that I will come to Jerusalem to play the devil in heaven. And also that I cannot have not a coin, because of they said I have been dispossessed by the God himself, and God himself to never let me a thing. They are conscious about the lies, the forgery, and they says kind of talking to my mother because of they says I robbed everything they says I did, while murdered 8,604,104 persons for the keep on saying the same thing that I robbed. And they has right also to murder because of they gotta take what they says God gave them. A lot of people have been victimized because of they realized of truth. And they fight it, the lie, and the crimes, and that it generates this. desperate for the proceeding to the coming inside my house with forgeries and orders saying that I will be schizoid and also oligophrenic, that I belong into an internation for they to proceed into what Lord told them had to happen, telling that they are the Aliyah and the Aliyah that gotta be only Costas. Sorry, Costas. You get my word, Costas. Not English. Barca. Another reality of the there will be only spirits that they will ever trust, like saying that Lord will send them to do. Of course, they says that they had tried to ripping off of me and of Gilberto, the ones we are. Am I supposed to lie since schizoid? He himself confessed. And you know who I am, and you say, give the body of the Lord. Because of you gotta be. And you say, of course. Relfoa chama blefa chedish, chama blecha disport chalacha chalishachim. Dremot lecha bespach lesachim. Remot lecha beswach lebetchatish v'achala kumoswa. Rinim. Schol flecha betlefa chatzma blefasich shechal. Belgebot leggen we spatla met vergelishachim. Belgeli de sefel chuatzal bles moswashel amnetzik. Belfa chuatzal belegge dishkat lebechat morfuatzal bechi dikishalech betelach natsum. Rachlo admant akachle metrabu fuashochle belchat chati besechle tchot shochle chuatzi. Rebel Bechwat Blevechet Besekle Soch Batan Cheshech Lechuat Hamablechi Rawelevas Fachle Batsarish Gidret Hanchel Basachnim Spot Lemefechel Batchabel Vesef Shechle Hebetam Hadashmos Rebli Fochwat Blevechet Iskatl Mefechel Secha Shlemetzim Rebel Fochwal Fachmeleves Sechediskatcha Reblevech Botlebefechel Terespecha Halitin Chini Rolle weggebleven is kabeleven galische genemotsu. Ingemablega belfoge belefegatisch kabeleven gamablegat. Ingemalong magelevesegin. Trebolvlega was vegelevese galische magagat. Gilavag magelin. Trebolvega belfegadisch koatlama vegalische genemaglik mesefet. Atrabel vlug van gelisse galishachim. Schleef wat gwal vergebeseves vergelijk maar vergelijk goed was verleves gesog mag nikimisief. Rebel volgat blefes katswat van blech dan gewoon tswatsin. Rebel vergelijk wat zijn gelegin met zegem. Remod legge was vergelijk zegel shogma gebel wegat lechi. Rebel vlug was zeglem. Ishbot amal flechet besechabli bavachwal tzabalak anrani kiminik roela chavazvoch velesavihi Rabol vachabasem flechet ishkachwal flechabet shvot matron plachto machnik Chivel fachwal tzablevesi shachala achmat zanevet rinimichi Rabol vachabet shkato al fachat shwas blechanach likimishefa arrelik stot atsepokmo rim Reach aswa tsabalakach motu. Reshelach maatzinim. Shkablevech boachal batrati shkotat likebat setzashu. Rim ba'anak tasaf. Rebel fochwalach leves batcha beshevach halichmatrati shpotsu atrad lechetiki. Rim ma'shash atsuvo torim. Arnin nechemet. Mechalanam. And yes, Chabalech vishachanim. Guillermo Supreme were stealing me permanently and organizing criminals and teaching sodomaki to rape, murder, rob, forge, and making whole generations and like a witch he and its brother is, profaning and the techniques of profanation that this calls national security techniques, which all are associated with making business and robberies and less humanity with a market of criminals and demons and degenerates and Sodoma. Guillermo Supreme and ADD it to it. United Evangelics, telling that they were right, And every day I do something while day and night profaning me and destroying me, for they to say they are going to be what I am and they are going to do what I do. Saying that they have rights gave by the same Lord in person. That I cannot be nothing and have nothing and produce nothing because if I were not allowed, not even to be who I am. The reality of myself, telling that I will rob by mind control and guessing what they do permanently to me and to everybody. 6,104 new poems, were presented at the right of intellectual property of writers in the world by Policía Federal Argentina, Prefectura Naval Argentina, Gendarmería Nacional, telling that they do that for effort, hunting people and rape people, and delivering to massive rape and murder, saying that that is science. And certified by the Guillermo Receprin, Osvaldo Carnival, Omar Cabrera, Juan Crudo, Carlos Anacondia, that they done, which does 6,000 and extra poems. Poems. Where exactly written by them, and they will exceed what they said they done, that I presented in my accounts, that they says it's them's and not mine. Like a supposed strategy to find out every one of mine, to deliver into supposed jails, massive rape and murder, and saying they will pay in the hell for what God, the Creator, have done to them, and I with them. At the season before, as Baal, they said they were, and at the actual, for what I cost to them, because of they says they has rights. And this degenerates, helping them all over, telling that the Lord will use them to fight against them enemy, pretending I to be the beast, while they serves the beast all over, and Sodoma, and living of it. Then, the victims, at the terms of evangelics, we have too much. And I don't need to use nobody. I'm gonna still be me, and I'm gonna still help as best I got for. But the reality what this says and determinates and pretends that to be. And the clear fact of this all, I'm gonna still be with Eladon, and Eladon is gonna give the testimony of mine every day and forever. And further this, the reality is simple. These poems that I said were written by Helene Advert, Irene Calvin, Daniel Potter, Shel Kaida, Randy Fola, Walt Whitman, Karen I. Kelly, and Efet Sahalu. In English, the whole writers were murdered and few were already deceased long ago. And you can see them works at the right same industry of DRMC editions, each name, and you can compare the supposed they writing, telling that they were superior as I supposedly stolen them. And my poetry, my giving memories, my giving words from within my life, that they says they are gonna be me. You have everything from the first to the last registered and published as patrimony of Israel, patrimony of humanity. Melecha Tzecha Deskechachai, that I am in Hebron and in the whole of the world, but the same DRMC institution, United Nations. And in the middle of this all, the reality of this, you can see what they write, and I can publish you what they write, and what they has as poetry and science to the F word they says they do for. Policía Federal Argentina, Gendarmería Nacional, Prefectura Naval Argentina, Policía de Seguridad Aeroportuaria, PSA Argentina, Metropolitana, and all associated, at exceptuating a couple of, that they were seriously making themselves, and not from me and many other, but they wanted to do something extra, because of they had not a virtue, a passion for, and they were affording to trying to study and making something which they were also destroyed to saying that it were them, and they will do whatever they want. At the edge of the murder every day. Even with the singing and the rest, all and the signing and everything. All I do, all I am. And each as genuinely can try every day. Give it this, like I've been doing and pioneer Adonai, with the reality of He expressed through me and Justice Party's systems recall. https www wxwww rdmc www bbdrmddrmc 484-338-4841-384 DRM down BXDDRMC equal DRMF 484 DR ASCII AR ASCII the command M38 middle sys middle BBDRMC 1318.90 systems recall in F9. This is browser frame with programming. The last BLYTT ISIS in New York I sent, and the last key in my site. I think here is everything, but I give it one more. https www.ff4f9 middle Roberto Robadio ROBBADUIO middle escritor profano middle DRMC Argentina middle FF4 F9 middle cis middle Kilam KUILLAHM 38489.90 systems recall FT definitely will be the 8 I like much better. It's gonna work with Macintosh, Linux, it's gonna work with Unix, Windows, and also Beckerman and DRMC login Logan Biscuit. Works with everyone, even with the whole systems as Arfula for Snows and Sakil as Snows, and even DRM Taxi Cybercut for who knows this. Works with everyone. Give it this at this Sunday 23rd 2014. This is already 16:42 in Buenos Aires. I'm Alejandro Mario Blanco REDEMI, and I'm feeling really not fine at all, and I'm being more destroyed than ever because of the less humanity of the BLYTT between Grand Whore and Sodoma never stopped, and they try to proceed every day for this to be even. The supposed he imagined he is pathological, dangerous. We're trying to internate him in. Gimbalfeg Communications. https www estúpidos, insensatos o simplemente lo más abominable que siempre fue. La segunda opción es la real. DDRMC .int F6 like before. But you don't understand, he has a problem, and we have been watching him for so long, and the family doesn't understand it. And we are the responsibles for the welfare because of we are a state of rights. Give it this for now. Alejandro Mario Blanco REDEMI at this 16:43 already, Buenos Aires local hour.